Good morning. This is Thomas, K4SWL here. If you're new here, I like to do real-time, real-life amateur radio field activation videos. And before I start, I'd like to thank my Patreon and Coffee Fund supporters. Thank you so much. I don't have ads on my website, and so your support means that I get to keep all this ad-free and get out and do the thing I love doing, which are activation videos and just all kinds of things. Those of you who watch my channel very often know I live in the mountains of North Carolina. I am obviously not in the mountains right now. I am standing next to the Battleship, North Carolina, here in Wilmington, North Carolina, right on the Cape Fear River, right here. And I am hoping to do an activation here today, and I am super excited. The kid in me has been looking forward to this day for a really, really long time. I have been in contact with Mike with the Azalea Amateur Radio Club. They are the custodians of the radio room in the Battleship, North Carolina. And I'm going to do an activation from inside the Battleship, North Carolina, 3 decks below. It's 8 o'clock in the morning today, so I'm really grateful that Mike was willing to meet me this early. He had the advice that basically it is going to be a sweat box in there. And I think it will be even this time of the morning. There is no air conditioning 3 decks below in the radio room. And it's hot. It's 88 degrees right now at 8 o'clock in the morning, and the humidity feels like it's 400%. It's so high that I had to wait for my gear and everything to kind of acclimatize to these humid conditions so that there wouldn't be fog on the lenses. It's super humid today. So it's going to be hot in there even this time of the morning, but wow, what a beautiful day to be out. What a beautiful day. I love Wilmington, and I haven't been to the Battleship, North Carolina since I was a kid. So this is really exciting. I think it must have been 40 years ago last time I was here. And if you're not familiar, the Battleship North Carolina, I think, is the icon of Wilmington. This ship, I think they started working on it or started building it in 1937 or so, and it was commissioned in April of 1941. So really, kind of as the U.S. started entering World War II. It spent the bulk of its time in the Pacific Theater, in almost all the major operations there. Highly decorated battleship. And I'm just super, super excited to get on board again today and to tour it and everything. I don't know how much I'll be doing of that with my camera today, but I will hopefully be able to have my camera down in the radio room as we do an activation. So I'm looking forward to it. I tell you what though, gonna hop off here now, meet up with Mike, and yeah, try to set everything up and have it ready for a little POTA from inside the Battleship, North Carolina. Be right back. So I'm here with Mike, NI2S, who is he's a great guy because he met me at 8 o'clock this morning to come out here. Like I said, it's hot and humid today, so it's gonna be really stuffy probably down below, right?
Unpleasant.
A little bit unpleasant, but we will make do. It is a beautiful morning. Mike's with the Azalea Amateur Radio Club. Is that correct, the name?
Yeah, Azalea Coast Amateur Radio Club,
Azalea
AC4RC.
Okay, and they are curators and kind of custodians of the radio room here on the Battleship, North Carolina. Yeah, I really think it's been 40 years since I've been here, so this is really exciting to me. Oh, wow. Just look at this. Wow. This is fantastic. Oh, it has that great, like, old ship smell too. Let's see, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
No, I want you to go first.
Okay.
Cosmoline and bunker fuel.
There we go, yes.
And a little diesel mixed in.
A little diesel? Over this chain. Wow, they had a pretty big mess hall here.
Yep.
How many people were stationed on the ship in World War II?
Peak war, during peak wartime, it was a little over 20,000
2,300.
which was more than the ship was originally designed for.
Okay.
Because after the start of World War II, they added a lot of anti-aircraft guns to the ship.
Okay.
And of course, they needed crew to man those guns, so the ship's complement did increase during the war.
Excellent. Oh, I love this.
You go first.
Okay.
Straight ahead.
Okay. You got a lot of fans running in here because it is not air conditioned.
Oh, it's not.
Not in any way, shape, or form. These hallways are actually fairly wide here.
Well, when there were 2,300 people on the ship,
Yeah, a lot of people moving past each other, huh?
quite a crowd. Just ahead, we're going to go down the stairs on the left.
Okay. Okay, down these stairs. Oh, wow. Oh, and the smell in here too is amazing.
Yep. This is the machine shop.
Machine shop, okay. Wow.
And just because you're recording this,
Mm-hmm.
I pointed out, we're not going to go there actually, but we pass through here.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond that hatch is the transmitter room.
Oh, cool.
The transmitter room is not on the tour, unfortunately. There is a lot of fascinating equipment in that room, but that area of the ship is not restored.
Okay. Okay.
We're now going to go down these steps.
Okay.
Be very careful. These steps are quite steep.
Okay. Yeah, they are steep. You probably can't see that with the camera. Wow. This is so amazing. Keep going straight here?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Welcome to the ship's main battery plotting room.
Oh,
You
wow.
are on the first platform, below the water level.
These are all electromechanical computers.
Oh, wow. Electromechanical computers. Look at this. Amazing.
We're going to go around to the right.
Okay.
Go around the corner to the right.
Okay.
And here's where I need to get in front of you because the door we're going through is locked.
Okay.
Welcome to Radio Central on the Battleship North Carolina.
Yes. Oh, wow. How cool is this? Wow, these helicrafters, all the signal cores, these underwood typewriters. Oh, this is amazing.
Well, just stand by one moment.
Okay,
because
sure.
You're going to get a little bit more access. I just want to put this bag in here.
Okay.
We're going to go in here. This is where our radio is, but there's a pre-recorded sound effects track that runs down here that is going to be very annoying for us
Okay.
when we're operating. So I'm going to turn it off.
Okay.
Oh, there's one of them.
There's one.
So come on in. Take a
Oh,
look.
nice. Look at this. Oh, wow. I
So
gotta get my
this
glasses.
compartment, along with the compartment to our left that we're going to be operating in, is Radio Central.
This is amazing. So this is where all the radio ops would have been.
All the radio ops would have been, they sit in front of the receiver, the petty officers would set the frequencies based on a band plan for that day, and the radio operator's job was to listen on that frequency for their shift, and whatever they heard, they had to type out.
Wow.
And then they would take those typed messages, because they were all encoded, and they would pass them through a hole over here, and they would go into the decryption area for decryption and then routing to the whoever was supposed to get the message on the ship.
Excellent. This is amazing. As a guy who really loves vintage military radios, this is kind of a little bit of a heaven here.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, beautiful.
Most of these radios are not working.
Sure.
But we have hopes of restoring them all.
That would be amazing.
It would be amazing.
What's the antenna that we'll be using today with the...
It'll be a vertical antenna.
A vertical? Okay.
On top of the ship.
Okay.
Assuming that we're operating 20 meters.
Okay.
I think I'm going to turn this one off too.
Okay,
Why
sure.
don't you follow me?
Overnight, commercial radio news broadcasts were received and transcribed.
This is the encryption area. This would be the office where the officers read the messages and routed them.
Right.
And in here is the actual encryption, decryption room itself,
Wow.
where the secret machine was kept.
Oh, so this would have been locked off even to the people inside the ship.
There was an armed Marine right in that corner.
Wow.
During the ship's operation.
Wow. Oh, man, look at this.
So that is the U.S. version of an Enigma machine,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how they would code and decode.
That's amazing. It's the mechanical aspect of this is just amazing.
And then they had ditch bags. This bag has got a lead brick in it, so if they had to get rid of secret messages in a hurry, like the ship was sinking, it was the encryption team's responsibility to take that machine, those disks, and any secret messages and put them in the ditch bags and throw them overboard.
Wow.
This is the bag that they used for incineration, so anything that wasn't circulated in other areas of the ship that needed to be destroyed would go here, and they would take it one deck up to the incinerator and have it burned.
Wow. Wow, this is amazing. So in this battleship, you had an armed Marine that would stand right there to keep people out. Wow. Oh man, there's just so much here to see. This is amazing.
This is basically where they would manage the routing of the messages. They obviously had intercom systems so they could reach any part of the ship. And these are old style pneumatic tubes. So there were certain areas of the ship, like the bridge and so forth, that they could ship messages to through the pneumatic tubes.
Wow,
But,
that's amazing.
The one thing to note is that the important messages, the messages that were intended for either the captain of the ship or particularly if there was an admiral on board, if an urgent message came in from one of those, an officer would hand deliver the message to its destination.
Oh wow. Wow.
Okay.
There's a big step over here. There we go. Oh wow.
So this is the other part of the radio room, and we do use a modern radio here that you're going to see in a minute. One of these radios is working. I forget which one because I haven't been shown how to turn the power on.
Sure.
I think it's this one that's functional.
Yeah.
But as I said, we're going to use a modern transceiver. Because this is a museum,
Sure.
we have to stow our equipment,
Sure.
so it cannot be seen by visitors, and thus
We're peeking in this door here.
our HF radio is hidden
Oh wow, nice.
behind this panel.
Oh, I would love a radio desk like that. That's perfect. It's custom made for this.
It really is. If you can see it back here, I always carry a flashlight with me. See in there?
Oh yeah, that's
It's
a
a-
little J. What was it, J38?
Remnants of a stray key. All of these computer receiving desks, excuse me, all of these computer receiving desks had a key. That key was wired to the transmitter room that I pointed out the hatch to earlier. And what the process was, they're recessed for a reason. They don't want to accidentally transmit, right?
Oh, right.
So it has to be a deliberate move to transmit. And if you
There's
see
a
the
switch there, yeah. I see that.
switch is to turn the key on and off so that you could not accidentally transmit and potentially give away the ship's position.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they tried to keep all of the RF contained.
Very strict radio protocols enforced.
Yep. Yep, I've got a Scott Marine SLRM receiver that is shielded to the point that the local oscillator can't be detected. And it's one of my favorite vintage radios I've ever owned.
Yep.
And I think they're just fantastic. It weighs probably 80, 90 pounds. It's so heavy, but this is fantastic. Okay, I'm going to turn it off here for just a second as we get set up and be right back. Okay, I'm back, and Mike's here behind me. We're just hanging out. We're going to start this activation now. A couple of things. It is really noisy in here from just the noises of the ship, along with our fans and everything else. I'm hoping all this comes out okay. I put one of the mics over here behind the radio so you can maybe hear something when we start activating. I've got my logs formatted here. I'm just going to do it on a paper as my own call sign instead of the club call here. It is, let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's 12 in the UTC. We're going to be on the 20 meter band because that's where they have a resonant antenna, so that's where we're going to be. And I've got the side tone turned up all the way right now. It's as high as it goes. Okay, here we go. I hope when I finish all this that it'll actually sound like something. There's something interfering on top of me, but ooh, that's hard to hear. Let's see. Okay, wait, I've got part of it there. Disappeared. I can't hear a thing. Let's see. Gotcha. Bob never forgets Hazel. I hope you're able to hear this okay. I've been sending 7.2s on occasion because I'm used to doing that, but I'm guessing I'm over QRP power right now. Asking for DX just to see if there's any other DX out there. Kansas. Oh, there we go. Wait. Okay. I'm gonna listen for EKR again. It's a little bit of QSB today.
Personally, I think the bad conditions for the past week haven't been so hot. The great thing is, though, the propagation websites say it's supposed to be good.
That is so true.
I'm not so sure of that. Based on what I saw during their technologies.
Okay, wait, here we go. I was going to try to get this other VE3 station. Sorry, I'm not used to this gear. This is my buddy Eric. This is so much fun. was a 9. Big signal, Evan. Certainly a lot of stations out there this morning.
I'm actually surprised.
Okay, let's see. that. Okay, wait. Oh, there we go. I have no idea what power I'm running right now. About two more, then we'll call QRT. Make one more contact, but I've got, I need to turn down the power because I got to fix, which one's RF? Oh, RF power, I see it. There we go. Okay, I gotta fix the key, which came off of its, somehow just slipped off of this, and I don't have, let's see. How did it do that? Yeah, it should. I just can't get it up on the, take that tension off. Oh, I can't get it off of the, I know these can come off, but I don't own a venture, so let me take a quick look. You want to take a quick look real quick? I can actually switch out keys if this, no, I don't have, I just have an adapter on it. So. Did I get it? Or, there we go. There we go, thank you. Okay, let's see, I'll do like maybe one or just maybe two more just since I had to. Okay, there we go. Okay, that was something else. I'm gonna take a picture here of my. I was so busy, hardly had a chance to even think during that. That was pretty wild.
Yeah. I was happy to see it.
Yeah.
Decent, steady pileup.
It was a pretty steady pileup, and there was a little QSB going on in there. I'm hoping that the video, because it's super noisy in here, I'm hoping that the video came out okay. I realized like later on, I usually use QRP power, and I was like, oh, you know, I'm running, I think, something more than QRP right now. So I started, instead of sending 7.2s, which I normally do during my activations, I send 7.3s. And I realized, yeah, it was going full bore, which was great. Actually, it was fine because I was planning to do that since I was operating here inside the ship. I wanted as many people as possible to be able to make contacts. I haven't counted these, but it's 3 full pages here. We worked all the way out to the West Coast, even into British Columbia, France, and Sweden.
I'm standing here shaking my head because it's such a dramatic difference between what you just went through and what we went through last Thursday when we were operating K2J off the ship.
Yeah, it's true. The really the difference in between conditions like day to day here recently has been pretty dramatic.
Yeah,
really dramatic. So today it was working pretty well. So I was really happy with it. Thanks for fixing the key. I don't have a bencher, so I'm not used to I'm not used to how they work. But I knew that those could come around, that they can come off sometimes, and I was just trying to fix that. So That worked really well, but now we're getting people in here, and I didn't want to take up Mike's time. He's been so gracious doing this for us, and I wanted to make sure that I did what I could here to accommodate him. Didn't want to overstay my welcome, but I'm very pleased with this. Let me take some pictures of the logs, and so I'm going to take pictures of my logs, and I'll be good to go here. I'll have a lot of logs to enter this time. Let's see here. Let me grab my photos. After I finish all this, I'll actually go in and do a tour of the ship. You know, this stayed pretty cool in here with that fan blowing on me. It created a little QRM, but it was worth it. I mean, I don't know. I would swelter in here without any kind of breeze.
Not terrible.
No.
But about 2 weeks ago, we were in here and it was about 15 degrees hotter.
15 degrees hotter in here? Yeah, that would be...
It was rough.
That would be super rough. I'm not meant for that sort of thing myself. Okay, let's see. It's really weird not deploying an antenna. That's what I'm used to doing when I'm out and about. So I'll hop up here.
And when we get back up to the deck, I'll show you where the antennas are that we were using.
Oh, awesome.
And of course, down here, all of this is original feed line infrastructure, and eventually winds its way into armored casements, which then route through the decks of the ship up to the top of the ship.
Oh, wow. Are those some of the antenna switches right there?
No, those are light switches.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And another interesting thing about the armored casement is that it was all pressurized with inert gas.
Oh, really?
Yes, and so I'm not 100% sure why they did that. We do have an expert on Battleship infrastructure. His name's Alex. He's going to be doing a presentation for the volunteers sometime coming up in the next couple of months on the radio, the various radio rooms, how many there are, and how they were configured. I plan on asking you the question of why the armored casements were pressurized with inert gas. There are only two reasons that I can think of. One is anti-fire.
Yeah.
And the other is possibly to create a quick reference so that if there was battle damage and a casement depressurized,
they'd be able to
they would know immediately that there was something going on between the ship's radio compartments and the top of the ship.
That's fascinating. It could be both of those because that's a very real, that's a good point. It's just this is really like a little dream come true for me to be able to operate in here, I have to say.
Very cool.
It'd be fun to come back here sometime when you guys are running a QSO party.
We have something for you.
Oh, thank you.
To memorialize your operation, we have a certificate.
Oh, nice. Thank you so much.
We have
how cool.
A QSL card. That is the QSL card that we use for
That is
contacts
wonderful.
And I'll give this back to you so it doesn't get all...
Oh, excellent. Thank you. Here, I'll put it down here and I'll fix it up. Thank you so much.
I want to get a picture with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me set this down. I'll stop the camera here for just a second and I'll be back. Okay, now we're on our way back out. Mike had to get everything ready again. You can see how steep these steps are here. I'm actually going to come back through the ship and do a proper tour here. Oh, this is so wild. It's getting cooler as we go up, I think. Oh, I wish I could. You can't smell this amazing smell of all the machine oil and stuff that's in here. There we go. So the tour here is self-guided, right?
That's right. You can hire a tour guide if you wish, or a feed, I don't know what the fee is off the top of my head, who will accompany you on the ship if you want. Otherwise, it's self-guided.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah. U.S. mail box, that's great. There's the mess, or the head. Oh, look at all these. Oh, thank you. Okay. Ooh, I'm so looking forward to doing the tour here too.
Let's take a look at some of the antennas.
Yes. Mike's going to take us to see the antennas. Wow.
Now the antenna that we were using is right there on
Okay.
the rear,
The one on the rear here.
on the rear stack,
Yep.
where the line that goes diagonally down.
Yep.
That's the antenna that was in use while we were operating.
That's fantastic. You say it's an original antenna.
Oh yeah.
That's fantastic. Oh man, that's great. Made for a really interesting morning on 20 meters too.
It didn't. I was wondering what it was going to be like. But it was great.
Yeah, you just don't know these days. Some days I go out in the field and the numbers don't look all that bad. You get out there and it's just so unstable, it's hard to work. And then other times you go out and you're not expecting very much and it does really well.
Yep.
Today it was relatively good signals. I was running 100 watts. I'm not used to doing that. But the people coming back to me, there were some, there was a lot of QSB. I could hear people fade out really quickly sometimes. But anyway, this has been fantastic. I'll turn off the video now as we're going in. Okay, just a little post log here. I'll do a little walk around the ship here right now. Again, Mike, if you're watching this, thank you so much. This is absolutely fantastic. I just said goodbye to him so he could head on home. He kindly came out on just, like a regular day, a hot day, a regular day, to give me the opportunity to operate an authentic 20-meter vertical on the ship, an original. So exciting. I have no idea how that audio came out. Boy, it was incredibly loud in there. You probably could hear the CW audio better than I could based on where I plugged the mic in, or put the mic in, because it was kind of brutal. I've got to be honest. It was very, very difficult for me to hear signals where I was sitting. And if I wasn't doing video, if I'd have thought about it ahead of time, I'd have brought along a digital recorder or something to make the audio sound so much better for the video. But I honestly didn't think about the level of noise that there would be in there. But we needed to keep those fans running for both of us because it was hot. It was very hot down there. It was hotter down there than the upper decks right now. Isn't she a beauty? Like I said, I think she went underway, and they have photos of her underway in, I think, April of 1941. I am really looking forward to doing my tour here in a second. I'll have to make it kind of quick. I'm actually meeting back up with my wife and daughter. One of my daughters is at an NC State this week doing a program, and my other one we're getting ready to drop off at UNC Wilmington, which is the reason we're down here to begin with. this really nice walkway that the State Employees Credit Union sponsored. I wanted to go all the way around the ship here, but that was so much fun. It was like a childhood dream come true. And that's the antenna. See if I can see where I'm pointing here. It's really hard to see, but it was that antenna right there. So there's two stacks. It was the one to the right at the back. Oh, that's really cool. And as you can imagine, there's a really nice ground plane here for that vertical, like probably one of the best, even better than a magic carpet, is to have your own battleship, your World War II battleship as your ground plane. So it was performing really, really well. I have no idea really what propagation was like, because I got to be honest, I think it would be unfairly good to this battleship. It's amazing. I mean, they have maintained this since 1962, when the museum came together and got the ship. Oh yeah, this is a really nice walk. It'll be busy when I go on in a moment, but that's okay. It's also a really gorgeous marsh out here. Now, Mike told me that you can actually operate pretty much anywhere around here. There is no prohibition on doing POTA here. So if you don't get on the ship to operate, which, by the way, you really do have to make arrangements in advance, make sure they got time to do it, because it is asking a volunteer time to come out and do this. They don't have it staffed, they don't have the radio room staffed all the time. It's just mainly when people from the Azalea Club can come out here and help. Mainly, I think, Mike. He's kind of the main guy. So if you come out here and operate, you can do it anytime. There's a really nice large parking lot. So if you're operating mobile, that's easy. There's plenty of room to put a vertical up. Or even, I mean, if you got a telescoping pole, I haven't checked to see if there's some trees around there. There may be some trees too, but they do not mind amateur radio operators. He said if they ever ask you to move away for something, maybe they got a special event going on or something, they'll be polite and ask you to move, and then you just move then. But otherwise, it's pretty good. Look at that. I gotta take a picture of this. Let's see. Such a beautiful ship. Yeah, I saw this, I think, when I was probably we probably came here when I was 11 or 12, and it really did leave an amazing impression in my mind then. But I was old enough to appreciate it, but not really remember a lot of it. So I'm looking forward to going back through the ship. I'll probably include some extra photos and things on qrpeer.com, so you can catch more photos there. Got a lot of construction going on next door. Look at all the seabirds. They're using these guys and pull them into place. They've done a really good job here. This is such an amazing facility. Really is. And this walk is open all the time. I would come out here with my KH-1 and do an activation, and you'd be right up here against the ship the whole time. And of course, Wilmington, if you're ever in this area, Wilmington is an amazing city in its own right. A little part of me is hoping one of my daughters might go to school here, just so we've got an excuse to come down here a lot more often. It's a long way from Asheville. Probably 5.5 to maybe even 6 hours of driving, depending on traffic. North Carolina is a very long state, east to west. And Asheville is not even as far west as you can go. Cool thing is, I can hop on I-40 here. It starts in Wilmington, North Carolina, and it ends in California. So you can hypothetically hop on there, not hit a single stoplight all the way to California. Of course, you gotta stop and get some gas and things, but she's such a beautiful ship. So if you've never watched my videos before, you're probably a little surprised that I just kind of leave the camera rolling as long as I do, but this is just kind of how I do things. I like you to come along. You know, actually, oh, this is closed off. This may be closed off. I may have to go back around the other way. But I enjoy taking you along for the ride Those are the kind of videos that I enjoy watching myself, not necessarily in the world of amateur radio always, but I like travel videos and things where people just kind of take you along for the ride so you can get an opportunity to kind of experience it. Yeah, maybe this is closed off here. That's okay, I don't mind walking back around. Yeah, it's closed off. Oh, it's because I got the construction over here, so let's go back around this way. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Again, thank you to my Patreon and Coffee Fund supporters. Thank you to Mike, who is an amazing host here, taking out time early on a Tuesday morning to meet up with this guy and a camera to do this activation. Thanks for turning on the fans there. I can't describe to you how hot it is out here today. It is hot. And I mean, this breeze is not helping a whole lot. It is pretty darn hot. So I decided that it made sense to go do this activation early in the morning just so it wouldn't be even hotter down there in that, as he called it, a sweat box of a room. So I think it turned out to be pretty nice in there overall. It did require those fans and a lot of QRM from that, but it was so much fun. And I'm sorry, there are probably people in that pileup I could not hear. I couldn't hear. I was trying my best to work all the weak signals I could hear, but I've got to be honest, it was extremely difficult to hear weak signals from where I was sitting. I'm hoping that the microphone, if you were calling me, you may be able to hear yourself on there, because I had the microphone closer into the cabinet and kind of sheltered from some of that wind noise. So I'm hoping that it picked up some of that. I won't know until later on. But if the audio is horrible, I'm sorry about that. It is what it is. And I think that just something you got to deal with when you're doing something like this. So yeah, anyway, thank you again so much for joining me. I hope you have an amazing week ahead. I hope you get a chance to go out and play some radio. And above all, take care of one another out there, because all we got on this planet's each other. Until next time, take care, and I'll say 7 threes